recording this session, so please note that as you have your cameras on or off. As you see fit, we will be recording the session. And this morning's session is on importing templates into a Canvas course. So we're going to start with a tour of a secondary Canvas template sample for you and show you some of the resources we've included in there, and walk through a couple of basic editing tips. We will be doing another couple more sessions tomorrow on more customization and organization within Canvas. So today's going to be just a very brief overview of that. We'll be showing you the content editor bar options. There is the classic view that most of you are probably used to, and then an updated or new rich content editor version that we're going to show you. And then we will go through the steps on how to import a template from Canvas Commons, and then we'll do some, we'll open up for more questions, and then we'll give you some time to work on that. If you go to My Plan and then click on the Canvas link, that will let you in. So in My Plan, Canvas, formerly called My Connect. And then I'm just going to jump into my Canvas course. And then from my dashboard, I am in the template we're going to be going over with you today. So you'll notice in this template, we have the announcements displaying up at the top. This is something you can control in settings. So if you're using announcements and you want them to appear on your homepage, that's an option for you that you would go to settings. And then within your settings, you'll see this is where you can add an image to your course card. You have a lot of different options within here. And then down at the bottom, this little link that says more options, you'll see we have clicked here. We've selected to show recent announcements on the course homepage. So you have the option of turning that on or off. You can also select how many of those announcements you would like to show up on that homepage. And then at the bottom, just clicking on update course details. I'm gonna hop back onto the homepage now. You'll see we have an image inserted in here and then some editable text for you. You can title your course here under the image. You could replace that image with your own. And just some recommendations on the pages. So you'll see a lot of this kind of text on here. And this is just an example and commonly used in website design to just show where you could enter additional text. So please make sure that you are going through and editing the pages before you publish for students to see. So in this template, it's designed using a module layout. We're going to go through that a little bit. And then there's also some different tips included for you right in this template. So customizing your in-course links, that would be this menu over on the left-hand side. Again, you do that in settings and navigation, and you can decide which links are going to be displayed and accessible for students. At the very bottom, you're going to want to make sure you click save if you make any changes there. Okay. We have a couple of different buttons or links here for you. These are all editable within Canvas, so you don't need to go outside of Canvas and do any images or resizing or anything. You can simply type the text that you want to display here, and then we'll go over how to link that as well. Just going to give you a couple of other pieces in here. The weekly schedule, we have linked to a page where you could do a layout for the week for your students. Again, this is just an option. If you want to organize your course in a different way, you're welcome to do that. We've also included here a unit overview. So you could do some introduction here. You could organize a to-do list. If you're using modules, I'd recommend that you follow the same order that you have your modules set up with. And we'll take a look at that module view in just a moment. So there are a couple different options for your weekly schedule. We've also included a class expectations. This might be what you would call your class syllabus, where you can set up some more information about your course, let students know what the learning objectives are, lay out how you'll be communicating your course expectations, behavior expectations for class. Within our Canvas course, we are displaying announcements up at the top. I'm not going to run through that again right now, but if you joined us late and you want to see how to do that, please pop that question into chat. It's just in settings and then more options, and you can click if you want announcements displayed on your homepage. Within our homepage, we have an image at the top, and then we have editable text in here. We made this template with trying to make it as easily accessible for you and ready to go as possible. With that said, all of the text that you see on this page is editable within Canvas, which means that you can make changes to it right there. If you don't want to call it weekly schedule and you want to call it unit 1 or whatever, you can make those changes right within Canvas. You don't have to go out into another editing program. All right. As far as the course setup and weekly schedule goes, we talked about a couple of different options. One we have laid out for you here, days of the week. Again, you can edit the text right in here. And you can add links in here to resources within your course or outside of your course. So you could lay out tasks that students needed to do for the week or what your schedule was right there. Another option that we have a sample linked for you is this unit overview, which takes you into this page where you could have a little bit more description and then lay out a to-do list in this fashion. You could also link to any discussion boards or assignments that you create within your course. A third view of that, so we had the initial table, we had more of just a page description, and then another option is to take students directly into modules. So you can see this unit 1 module is in here for you that has that page with the unit overview and to-do list. And then you'll see from here at the bottom, I can just click on next to get to that next page within the module. This would be a presentation page. You could embed or link to a Google slide presentation. If you recorded something using Canvas Studio or imported another video, maybe you've recorded something on Loom that you want to share, you could link or embed that here. Again, just suggested layouts for you. This one takes you to a discussion board, so students can interact with each other in an asynchronous environment. And just some tips for you, reminders to include some digital citizenship tips for students, and a link directly to the Canvas student guide for discussions if they have any questions on how to reply or what they can do within that discussions feature. The next one is an assignment. So again, we've included a link for you as the instructor to the assignments guide, some different guidelines, just samples of some things you might want to include. And that's just a basic sample assignment there. There's also a quiz in here, again, including that link for students. If they get stuck on anything, I would recommend doing that the first couple times that you are having quizzes, just so they have those resources right there and can get answers quickly. So that was the module view, and some teachers understand or like to set up their course so that students are directed into that modules page and they just work their way through their course. There's also a unit wrap-up page in here where you could go over and kind of review the main objectives from that learning unit.
Brenda, since you paused for 1 second, could you just let them know, because I've gotten a few questions about like them not having their courses in yet and how, you know, they might work within Canvas prior to their courses being loaded.
Yes, Absolutely, thank you. Okay, the other thing I want to show you in that modules view, you'll notice that we have a module up at the top that's kind of all of the pages that link off of our homepage. We have that Unit 1 sample. We have some additional samples here of quizzes. And then down here, this is all unpublished, but you as the instructor would have access to it. So again, we've included a lot of Canvas instructor guides, some other pages on there that you can see. And then this back to school recommendations we included as well, just so you know. What we're gonna go through today is starting a new course and importing a template. Our 10 o'clock session is going to be about copying previous year's content. There's similar processes, but it can get a little confusing if we do them at the same time. So this session is just on importing a template. So we're going to start a new course. We're going to import a template. Then you can edit and customize as you get ready for the start of the school year. I don't have the exact date yet of when you will get your empty district created course shells, but it will be prior to the start of school. We usually get them really close to that date because once we provide those shells to teachers, students have access to see what their courses are and who their teachers are. So that's why it's always really close to the start of the school year. But you can start a new course, import a template, and get to work on that and be ready so that when you do get that shell, all you're going to do is open the empty shell, click on import existing content, and then copy and select the name of the master shell that you've been working on. So we've put all those steps in this page for you. And then we've also linked, I think, and Mike, I don't know if you've put this up yet or not, but we will be sharing a link to this page that has additional Poway Canvas resources.
I'll put that up now. And just for everyone, because I'm getting a bunch of questions about it, Brenda is going to walk us through finding this template and bringing it into our Canvas, into your personal Canvas environment. So she's going to walk you through that part. She was just doing an overview first.
Yeah, we want to give you a tour first, then we'll show you how to get it, and then we'll stay on for some questions too. So this is all in this course as well. All right, and then I think we kind of went through these other, I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can kind of see we have included some other resources for you in here so that you can get started as soon as we get to that template. I want to show you the rich content editor differences because depending on the course settings, you may see something that looks a little bit different. So I want you to be ready for that. And then we will go through the steps of how to grab this template from Commons. I'm just going to go to my home page as a sample, but any of the pages and assignments have this same toolbar up at the top. This is called the Rich Content Editor, or RCE, because we need more acronyms. So this is the classic view of Rich Content Editor. And you'll see all the different options on here, your linking options, tables, all of embedding images, all of those things. I'm going to leave this page and I'm going to go over on the left-hand side all the way down at the bottom to settings again. And you'll notice the different tabs across the top. We talked about a couple of them, but I'm going to go all the way over to the right-hand side to feature options. And you'll see the different options that you can control at the course level. So this will vary by course. So if you have multiple courses on, you're only changing the settings for one course at a time. So in here, I'm going to go to RCE enhancements. If you're not sure what something is, you can click on the little arrow. There's not a whole lot of description there, but it gives you a little bit more information. So I'm going to turn that on. That's going to switch my editing toolbar to the new enhanced rich content editor. Paired with that, you can't turn on autosave without enhancements, but is the rich content editor autosave. We all love autosave, right? Google's got us addicted. So if you want to turn that on, you are welcome to. I've found it a little confusing because even if I save the page, the next time I go into it, it will prompt me with there have been changes made, but it does give you a preview so you can decide if you want to keep those or not. That's pretty handy. The other option in here is if you are tired of the current Canvas font, you can change to elementary theming. It also defaults to a shorter in-course navigation bar, but you can still customize that in navigation. And you'll see this is the new, what they call elementary theming, but it's basically just a different font. And then when I go in to edit, you'll see that my toolbar has a new look. So things are in a little bit different place. When I first switched over, I got a little frustrated if I was trying to work quickly. Like, I know how the classic rich content editor works, and I ended up switching back to it, and you always have that option. So again, in settings, feature options, and then it's just that RCE enhancement. You can always switch back and forth, but now that I've been using it more, I prefer the updated version. So our links are here to get to external links or links within your course, and then it will pop up that sidebar menu that looks a little bit more familiar that used to always be there. Embedding images, and then this plugin to any external links or apps. So that's the difference between the classic and the new rich content editor. All right, Mike, any questions before we hop over to the steps for importing a template?
No, I think it's perfect timing for that.
Awesome. Okay. And this should give you guys plenty of time. So if you already have a Canvas course that you're working in, you don't have to start a new one. You can import templates into any existing course. It won't delete any of your information that you have there. You'll just see that you have more content included. If you want to start a new course from your Canvas dashboard, over on the right-hand side, you're going to see a Start a New Course button. So this is just my Canvas dashboard, and then Start a New Course. I'm going to call it Secondary. Okay. You might call this your Master Course for Science, or Master 2020 Third Grade, or whatever you want to call it and designate it. I encourage using something like with the word master in it, so you know that's all the content that you want to import once you get your district course. So something you are going to recognize. And then I'm just creating the course. And then from here, I'm going to click on Import from Commons. You can also just go to the Commons menu over on your left-hand in-course navigation menu, that little U shape with the arrow coming out of it. I'm going to click Import from Commons. And Commons is a shared resource center. So this is, everyone in the Canvas community has the option of contributing to it. You can go in here and search for quizzes, for courses, for templates, for pages. And the filtering option is going to help you with that. You'll notice that you can filter to any course type or page or documents. You can filter by grade level. You can also filter by Poway Unified. And then the template that we were just running through is this one that's featured right here, the 2020 Virtual Learning Secondary template. We have a couple of other options in there. These two are the same, they're just different color schemes. And a little more elementary focused, but you are welcome to use any of them. You're also welcome to search within the greater Canvas community for, you know, high school, high school science classes, and see what templates exist out there. You can also see that if anyone else from our school district has contributed anything, you are welcome to look at that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the title for the template that I want. It'll give you a little preview, tell you what's included in it. And then if this is the one that you want, I'm going to click on Import Download. It's going to ask me which course I want to import into. And I have quite a long list here, so I'm just going to find the course that I want and click to highlight, and then import into course. You'll get this green bar that pops up at the top. You've successfully started the import. It may take a little while. It's usually pretty quick, especially with courses that don't have a whole lot of content in them. And this one's mainly text with some images. So there we go. I'm still in import. mode. I'm gonna give it just a second and hit refresh. Let's see, we can check on our status here. All right, so it's still loading in here. And as soon as it finishes, I will see that home page that I just took you through pop up. And then I'll be able to navigate, edit, and change anything within that course that I want in order to get ready for the upcoming school year. All right, that process is running a little slower. Maybe there are a lot of people. Oh, there we go. Okay. And almost done. Do we have any questions out there, Mike, while we're waiting for this?
I just had just one question about deleting courses, and I don't, can you address that, please?
Sure. Okay, you'll see that I have this completed here. One issue, it's probably like a broken link. You can always click on the issue. It'll tell you what is going on. It's usually a link that needs some updating. You'll see my course is here, and now I can start editing. So that's importing a template. As far as deleting courses, if it's a course you created, a manually created course like this one is, that I just pulled content into, or if you ever do, you click start a new course, I'm going to click on settings. And then over on the right-hand side, I have a delete this course button. You will not see that. You will not be able to delete any district created course shells. So if you're looking to delete like your course from last year, you're not going to be able to do that. But you can delete any courses that you create. Once you have your district created course shell, you are going to go into settings, click on import course content, and we do have all these steps for you. Then copy a Canvas course, and then you just type in, or you click the down arrow will pop up your course names. And then you would just copy that course content. So I would click on it, click all content, and import. This is giving me errors because I'm trying to copy the same course into the same course. So it's going to warn me about that. But that's what you would do once you get your Canvas course. But for now, those steps to import a template, and then you can start working and editing. All right, Mike, what else do we have out there?
Okay, so I got a good question about if they have a course set up and they wanted to copy, say, a page out of this template into their current course instead of copying the entire template.
Yes, you can absolutely do that. So you go into the course that you want to add content to. So if this is the course that I want to add some content to, I'm going to click on import existing content. So over on the right-hand side, I'm going to select copy a Canvas course, and I'm going to find that course that I want. And then instead of clicking all content, I'm going to click select specific content. You can adjust events and due dates. So if you're pulling in an assignment that had a date, link to it, you might want to click on remove date. So you get this extra pop-up if you want to adjust events and due dates. That part's up to you. When I click on import, it's going to pop down into that current jobs section, but it's actually going to have this other button here to select content. This is going to take me into that course I'm copying from and give me a bunch of options. So if I want only certain modules, I can click to pull in that entire module. If there are only specific assignments, you're just clicking on that drop down arrow to get more information. If there's just a page I want out of there, I really liked my home page, but I'm going to change everything else. I can go ahead and click that and then just select content. And that will then go through that same import process and pull in that one page from that course for me. What else can I help with, Mike? Or do you want me just to pop in chat and see what I find?
I think we should pop in chat. I think if anybody hasn't, like, didn't bring the template over when Brenda was walking through those steps, now's a good time for you to do that if you didn't do it for some reason, to do that piece and see if you can at least get it brought into your Canvas course. This session had work time built in, so you know this is kind of work time now for you to go into that template and explore and see, you know, if you might have questions related to that.